Jerusalem's Playroom. My name is Jamika, and I am uploading this video for adult doll therapy. Again, this is adult doll therapy for anyone of the ages 18 and older. As you can see in the screenshot here, I have Jerusalem dressed as Snow White. And I also have some other dolls that I dressed as Snow White based on my skin complexion. So I want to go ahead and show you guys each one of these dolls before I get into my topic. What I like to do is when I go through shopping and I find a doll, I kind of imagine dressing the doll up as a Disney character. And that's what I've done here. This doll that Jerusalem is holding is just Tiana. And I actually have a Snow White doll, and she came with this dress. So I just took the dress off of that Snow White doll and put her on this Tiana doll, and I just put a hair clip. So this is what Tiana looks like. I do have some shoes, but I didn't put them on her, guys. Next I have here, this is the Rainbow High doll, and guys, I just put her in the Cinderella dress. I twisted her hair and put her on the red bow. If you look at my prior video concerning thrifting Rainbow High dolls, this was a Rainbow High doll that I thrifted, and I just think she looks really cute with this on, and she's wearing those Rainbow High red color shoes, so she really fits the Cinderella color scheme. Next, I have this Barbie here. I think this was the Barbie Extra doll, guys. I found her at a local thrift store. She did come with her clothes, but not her original outfit, I don't think. But I just have this little basket full of apples. Here is another little Snow White dress that I found in a pack of other dresses, and I just put that on her. It is kind of it doesn't fasten all the way in the back, but that's okay. It just serves its purpose for the video. Next, this is the Hidden Figure Katherine Johnson doll. I found a Barbie dress as Snow White in my thrift store, and I just took the dress to put it on this doll and just redressed her up as Snow White. She does have on red shoes, so when I find little dresses and things like that, guys, I always get them because I can redress my doll according to my complexion. Here is, I forgot this doll name, guys. She was another thrift store doll that I found. I wanted her a while ago, but I didn't want to pay the price. So when I saw her at my local thrift store, I got her and brought her home. I just put a little red bow on her hair. Here she is actually wearing a Snow White dress from one of those Snow White dolls that I found in thrift store. She has some white shoes. They are big, as you can see. And then underneath her dress, just some little, I call them bloomers, or I don't know what the term is for it. But now this dress fits her perfectly. So I just thought that was really cute on her. And then, let me put her back here. And then I have this doll here. This is the, what are they called? The Lalaloopsy doll. This one here, she looks just like Snow White with that hair, and as you can see, she has a red bow. I just put her on this little, another little Snow White dress that I had, and I matched it up with some red shoes from another Lalaloopsy doll. So I just thought she really fit in perfect with the little color scheme here. So I just wanted to show you guys her also. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on a quick pause and set up so we can get into the topic, okay? Guys, welcome back. As you can see here, I tried to find the curliest wig that I could find for this video. Again, this is adult doll therapy. The theme here is going to be Snow White. I was just, for some reason, I wanted to watch the movie Snow White. I watched it, and while I watched the movie, it was on the other day that I got inspiration from the movie. So I meditated and I kept watching the movie over and over again, and I was taking notes. And so I said, you know what, this is going to be great for adult doll therapy content. So guys, I have on my reading glasses, and as you can see, they're green. They don't really go with the color scheme. A little bit they do. So the title of this video is titled Magic Mirror on the Wall. Magic Mirror on the Wall. This is, again, adult doll therapy content. Once upon a time, there lived a lovely little princess named Snow White. Her vain and wicked stepmother, the queen, feared that someday Snow White's beauty would surpass her own. So she dressed the little princess in rags and forced her to work as a scullery maid. Each day, the vain queen consulted her magic mirror by saying, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" And as long as the mirror answered, "You are the fairest one of all," Snow White was safe from the cruel jealousy. The queen summoned for the slave in the mirror, "Come from the farthest space, through wind and darkness, I summon thee. Speak, let me see thy face." The face speaks. The queen asks a question. Face in the mirror, reveal truth and describes who is Snow White. Okay, so I'm going to put a pause right there because I got a lot to go through and I don't want to keep you guys too long. The reason why I am uploading this video, and again, I want to stress that this video is for the people, the humans who have the Spirit of God inside of them, that dwells inside of them, and you are dealing with things and you don't understand why you are dealing with the things that you are dealing with. I'm going to get into that right now. What God has given you, whether it's your beauty, your talent, your service, whatever He has given to you, that you can do it every day and enjoy it, and it brings you joy, it brings you peace, you don't bother anybody, you keep to yourself. There is always going to be a wicked, evil person who is jealous of your craft. Okay? There is always a wicked and evil person who is jealous of your craft. And since some of you may not want me to use the word craft, I'm gonna say they are jealous of the gift that God gave you. Okay? Now, they can have it all. As you can see, the queen was Snow White's stepmother. And so, she had the castle. Everything was left in her hands. All she had to do was take care of Snow White. But because Snow White looked and was a beautiful little child, the queen got envious and jealous of her looks. Isn't that sad that today somebody is jealous of the way that you look, or somebody hates the way you look, which you had no control over that. That was between the infinite creator and your parents and their DNA, and almost like Play-Doh. You mix it together, you got two colors, and you mix it together and you come out with another color. You had no control over that. But yet somebody hates the way you look. They hate what you're doing, and they just hate you because they have a narcissistic spirit. They're cruel and they're jealous, and they also are evil. Now, because these people are like this, what they are doing is they are using what we consider as black magic or witchcraft. They are using things and going and asking a dark force about themselves. They are vain. They're conceited. They just care about their own beauty. But yet, when a dark entity reveals truth unto them about you, that makes the matter even more worse, guys. That's when your spiritual attacks really begin, because of the simple facts that this person is now going to a dark entity, asking a dark entity to reveal about something about you so they can attack you. Okay? So when this dark entity reveals truth, as just like when the queen asks who is the fairest of the all, the entity revealed truth unto her and described Snow White. And the queen says, Snow White. He didn't give a name, he just described it. So these entities are describing to these evil, wicked people who don't have the Spirit of God things about you. They don't give a name, but they give a description. But because these people have a hate for you, they call out your name. Snow White is shown in the movie. Now, the queen
because of Snow White's beauty, she did whatever she could to make her life miserable. Isn't that sad, guys? How many of us, ladies, gentlemen, whoever's watching this, how many of us, life is just in living turmoil right now? Your life is the way it is, not just because of choices you made, but there is people out here who are meddling into dark magic. They are putting spells on you. They are doing all kinds of things that they can to keep you in a place. And you sit up here saying, well, why am I going through this? Why am I doing this? Okay, well, you may say, well, the Creator may have something better for me. Here we see, even though the queen did all she could do to bring down Snow White, we see Snow White outside washing bricks. We know now we live in a time where we got pressure washers. We can clean the our bricks with pressure washers. But if you look in the movie, Snow White has a hand brush, a bucket of water, and she is out there brushing bricks. That's a hard labor, okay, guys? That's hard work that she's doing. She's doing it, but yet while she's doing it, she is singing and she's communicating with the birds. She's just singing. Her voice is beautiful. She's taking pride what she do. She don't see anything wrong with it. She just every day she gets up, she just does this work. Now, while she's doing this, a prince heard her singing and watched to introduce himself. And when Snow White sees him, she runs off. She listens to him, but as a lady, she runs off and she looks up, and he is singing to her. Now, while he's singing to her, the camera pans over to the queen, and the queen is sitting in the window watching the whole entire scene. So, do you know who's watching you? Do you know who's watching your channel? Do you know who is spying on you? Whether it's on your social media accounts, through your family social media accounts, somebody is watching you because they hate you. You post things on these social media sites like I do, and with my content, yes, I do get attacked negative. I do get negative attacks and things like that, but see, I am aware of what is going on, so things does not affect me the way it used to. It still hurts, it's still wrong, but yet what I'm learning to do is to master my craft and to master what I have and learn that, hey, Jamaica is out of your hand. Let your spirit guides and let the holy archangels and let the infinite creator deal with all of the stuff that I can't deal with in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. So again, while you're doing, you're not bothering nobody. Ladies who upload your YouTube channels and you do it for the fun, you're not bothering nobody. Do you know that somebody can be in here talking to the magic mirror saying, magic mirror, they don't have no creativity. They don't have no creativity. So they got millions of followers. You may only have 15 or 90 followers, or in my case, I think I almost have 300 followers. I'm not in it for the followers, but there are people who have 1 million subscribers to their channel. But because they do not have creator content, because they do not have the Spirit of God, they go out and watch your channel and try to get information from your channel so they can go back and put it on their channel so that they can get more followers. They don't have any creator content. So they got to sit around and watch, and you would think like, well, why are they watching my channel? Because we all know that creativity comes from the divine infinite creator. So all they got to do is go to the infinite creator and ask the infinite creator to give them some creator contents. But no, they don't want to do that because the Spirit of God is not in them. So what they choose to do is just go around and look and see what you're doing, copy your content to put it on their content and their platform to get more likes, more views, and then talk about something negative about you to deter people from coming to your channel. The queen orders her huntsman, whom she calls, and she calls him in the movie, the faithful huntsman, which means that this huntsman, whatever she told him to do, he did it. So when she calls him, she gives him the plan and tell him what to do and where to take Snow White in order and tells him, I want you to kill her. Now the huntsman is getting upset. He's sitting up here saying, wait a minute, you want me to kill a little princess, a little child? At this time, she may have been a teenager. You want me to kill a little child? And the queen then tells him, silence. you know the penalty if you don't do what I said. See, there are some people who attack you, and they have to attack you because they are serving the devil. They are serving the great fallen one. So if they don't do what he tells them to do, or what this evil being tells them to do, then it's going to be an attack on them. So since they don't want this dark force, whom they chose to follow, okay, they chose to follow this dark force to get all the power, the likes, and whatever. But now when this dark force calls upon them to do something that they don't want to do, then here comes the conflict in interest. They're going back and forth until the dark entity tells them, if you don't do it, it's a consequence. Now, in this situation, what she ends up telling them, because the enemy knows, guys, some things that his imps and his minions won't do. So this is where it even gets disturbing. The evil queen tells him, in case, this is what I want you to do. Not only do I want you to kill her, I want you to bring me her heart and put it in this box. So she wanted proof that the huntsman killed Snow White and wanted Snow White's heart. Ain't that sad? But notice now, the queen didn't do it herself. She sent her huntsman to do it. Now, if you go and watch the movie, the huntsman he does what the queen tells him to do. And we see Snow White out here picking flowers, talking with the animals and everything like that. And when she's talking with the animals, the huntsman is watching afar. And when her back is turned, the huntsman grabs a knife, has evil in his eyes. But when she turns around to see him, it scares her and she screams. And the huntsman drops the knife and said, I can't do it. I'm sorry. He begs for Snow White's forgiveness. See, this is what I want to tell you guys. No matter what the plan is, no matter what the enemy tries to do, God has a way of dealing with people hard. So whatever comes, attacks that comes against you, God got that thing where he can turn it around and work it out for your good. The people that came to destroy you, the people that came to hurt you, the people that came to kill you, God will turn it around and make them bless you. And here we see this in this movie. Now, as Snow White he's telling the Snow White, you know, she made me do it, she told me to do it. Snow White didn't understand with her childlike spirit. She was like, well, who? And then the husband tells her, well, it's the queen. The queen told me to do it. And she was like, you know, she didn't understand why with her stepmama. Guys, it be people in your own family, people that's close to you that be trying to hurt you. Your friends, your church members, your co-workers, your family. That's what makes it even more, what hurts the most is because it be people close to you. The queen got the castle. Your husband left the castle to you. So why are you mad at this little girl here and getting jealous of this little girl and what she's going through? So the huntsman tells Snow White, run away, don't look back, go, don't turn away, you know, don't come back, go hide in the woods and stuff like that. Now this is the scene where I want to tell you guys, when I sat up here and watching, I kept doing rewind and kept going back and back and back. God will put you in a dark place. Okay? He will put you in a dark place so he can reveal himself unto you. I'm saying God, but I call him the divine, infinite creator. Will put you in a place of darkness. Here, this child, and I'm saying child, it could be you, because you got a childlike spirit in you. You are placed in a situation where you in a wilderness situation, just like the children of Israel. God still does that today with his children. Because what he is trying to do, what the divine infinite creator is trying to do, is put you in a place where you can't do nothing but depend on his grace and his mercy to get you through this situation. Do you not know that since you were in your mama's womb, that the enemy was after you? Do you not know that there was an attack on your life when God breathed into you and you breathed your first breath of life? Do you not know that? Do you not know that you are hated from the time that you are born because the enemy knows the gift that God has given you? You do not know that. So God put things and people out here to get you to turn back to him so he can reveal himself unto you and so that you can see, hey, I am that I am. So he puts he puts Snow White in this situation, and she is in a dark and scary place. Have you ever been in a dark and scary place and it seems no matter where you turn, there's always something scary going on? Can we not look at the story of Job? where he lost everything? Are you in a situation right now in 2023 where you in a situation where no matter where you turn, you being attacked on every side? God is getting ready to do something for you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm using this story, because I want you to hold on. So now, Snow White is in a dark and dreary place. She's running for her life. Have you ever ran for your life from something? People trying to kill you. People trying to destroy you. All your life you've been running. It's time out for us to stop running. It's time out for me to stop running. And time for us to stand up. Now, Snow White is just fearful. She screams because she done had enough. Have you ever just threw your hands up and just said, Lord, I can't take no more, and just fall on your knees? But here we see Snow White just falls flat and just crying. She just crying because she don't know what to do. She don't know where to go. All she knows is her life in the castle. Even though her life in the castle wasn't perfect, she was a slave. She didn't know no better. She thought she had a good life, even though she was a slave. Many of you right now think you got a good life and don't realize you are a slave. And God is trying to get us to another point in our life so he can bless us. So, the queen was jealous. People are jealous of you. You know it. It don't take, and people say rocket scientists because they say rocket scientists' mind is on a higher level. They have a higher IQ. It don't take to have a higher IQ to know somebody don't like you. Know somebody that can't stand you. It's written all over their face and their action. I see that. I see it with me on my job. I see it with me at church. I see it with me and the family members, with my family members. People hate you because of the light that is inside of you. Daylight comes. And let me tell y'all about spirit guys, and holy archangels. Okay? There are some positive holy archangels and spiritual guides and spiritual beings that will come and put you back on the right track. As Snow White is here crying, we see in the movie that these I'm calling them spiritual guides. These spiritual guides come in the form of animals. The little bunny comes up to Snow White, and I guess he kind of licked her nose or whatever. And when she looked up, she screamed. Well, all the animals scattered. And when all the animals scattered, she says, she talks to them. Now, I wrote down some things. I wrote down 3 things because this is what happened during the time when she was talking to her spirit guides. She asked them, what do you do when things go wrong? Hey, what do you do when things go wrong? Because she ran. She was in a dark place. So she needed to know, what do you do when things go wrong? Huh? What do you do? Does anybody have an answer for that? Life is not all a bed of roses. And when people talk about bed of roses, but roses have thorns. Have any of you ever saw a rose bush and touched the rose bush? It has thorns on it. Okay? It's a beautiful flower, but that flower has thorns on it. Research roses. We get roses for like Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, but when they go into the florist, they cut that off so you won't have to feel the prick of the thorn. Sometimes life can be beautiful, but the prick of the thorn can cause you to bleed. So what do you do when things go wrong? This is what she asked of spiritual guides. So here in the movie, we see the birds start to sing. When the birds start to sing, she started singing. So what do you do when things go wrong? You start singing. Get you a song in your heart. I did that on the last video, guys, when I was saying spiritless being. Spiritless people. When things start going wrong in your life, you sing a song. You watch a comedy show. You do something that makes you feel good because that lifts your vibration from being low to being high. That's why I do these videos. I ain't doing these videos for you. I'm doing these videos for me because I get low sometimes. I get low. I have to build myself up. I have to encourage myself. That's the song. Listen to the song, encourage yourself. Sing a song, because she asked, what do you do when things go wrong? You sing a song. So they out here singing. Finally, she says, do you know where I can stay in the woods somewhere? She said, I can't live in the ground. I can't live in a tree, and I can't sleep in a nest. She talking to a spirit, guys, in the form of animals. Do y'all watch videos where these animals save people out of dangerous situations? Huh? Do you watch that? There was a video a long time ago where a man called the police department, and he lived somewhere in the woods, and the dog came down the alleyway, the little pathway, to the police officer, guide the police officer to the house, because they got to the point where they didn't know which way to turn. But the dog went, and the dog kept looking back, trying to make sure the police were following. When they followed it, when they got there, they saw the house in flames. But the dog, because of the spirit guide in the dog saved his own life. I think the dog got a medal. You got animals out here trying to talk to you and tell you stuff. God, I need a sign. Oh, Lord, I need a sign. God giving you signs every day. You driving by on a billboard, they go say, God will put a sign up and say, this is it. Turn right here. There go your sign. This is it. Turn. You're like, this is it. Turn right here, and you can get off. You don't know what God got for you on that route. So anyway, the animals lead her to this beautiful house in the woods. When she sees it, she gets so happy because she said it's a doll house. For all of you who talk about folks who play with dolls, I guess maybe many of you haven't played with doll houses, because a doll house was your first design project for when you get a house. You hear me? Get you a doll house and design your doll house for your future home. You want a mansion, go buy you a doll house. I should have played more with doll house, but I got some cousins who did. Get you a doll house and design that doll house and create that doll house for your future mansion. Yup. Anyway, when Snow White saw the house, she said, oh, she looked on the inside and she said, well, it's small. She said, she thought it was children lived there because the house was so small. I'm going to say that, look, the 7, that's what I'm calling them, the 7. God's number, 7. The 7 was small in height. She thought they was children, and she said, oh, I think they might be orphans. They may not have no mama. So she tells this animal spirit guides, well, what we can do, let's come in here and let's clean up. And then maybe they'll let me stay. She's sitting up here saying, well, I don't know what I can do. All I know is I can cook, I can clean. The song, I don't want to say something. What that song say? I can cook. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got a ring. Don't believe that. Experiment with something. Some of you right now, I don't know how to make no homemade biscuits, but you do. You probably can make the best gumbo, the best chickling and dumplings ever. That's your master. That's your craft. You can help somebody, heal somebody with your cooking. You saw that in Encanto. Mirabelle mama was healing folks with her food. And y'all got it in you, and you ain't using your craft. But they using the evil craft on you. Sorry, guys. I get a little hype, so please forgive me. Because I'm trying to help somebody. We trying to get over. Snow White goes in, her and these spirit beings start cleaning the house up. They clean the house up, so she end up getting tired. So she goes upstairs and sleep on a little small bed. Now, let me tell you about these other spirit guys. I'm calling them the 7, because this is about Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. But I'm calling them the 7, because these are the spiritual guides in the flesh. Okay? It was 7 of them. They might not come to you, but you know 7 people who leading you on the right track. Now, these spirit guides work in a diamond mine. As adults, we know that diamond mines are some of the dangerous things to work in. If you don't believe me, go back, and it's an old movie called Blood Diamond. Watch that movie, okay? We know that the diamond industry is one of the strictest, roughest, toughest industry that there is in a job. So, if anybody know about what Snow White went through doing hard labor and hard work, it is the 7. But what do we see them doing this hard work? Because Snow White already asked, what do you do when things go wrong? We see them in here singing. They singing a song, singing together, working. Do y'all know how hard it is to get a pitchfork? Not a pitchfork, but what it was, a hat, and trying to hit through hard rock to get some jewels and diamonds. They was all shapes and sizes and colors. But they did it with joy. They did it with happiness. They were happy to do that. It was hard work. What you're doing is extremely hard work. You're trying to make it through. Everything going up except our paycheck. I'm saying our. You know how much you budget, and now isn't got to where you done budget $100 a week for this, but they done took it off for $200. How you trying to figure out how to survive? I was surviving, I'm budgeting, I'm doing what's right. Because there are dark forces and dark entities and people out here who don't have the Spirit of God and them making things hard for you and me. They don't care about you, they care about themselves. You sitting up here thinking like, what's going on? It's a spiritual warfare going on. The clock rings. The little clock, the bell rings. Somebody said, hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. It's home from work we go. Do 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 do. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. It's home from work we go. Get you a song in your spirit. Yeah. That's one if you need one when you get off work. You go out of that job, you go out there happy that the Lord has brought you another day. Okay? Get you a song in your spirit. Hold your head up. We already know about these entities, but we are tired. And God's people, it's time for us to rise up and tell them they got to go. Now, going back to this demonic entity, goes before the magic mirror again. See, these people, they just so unhappy. Now she goes up into the magic mirror again. And this is what she had the nerve to say. Because she had the box with a heart in there. Now, who is the magic mirror on the wall? Now, who is the fairest one of all? The face in the mirror can't lie. He gave the description and the place and location of Snow White. The queen said, I got a heart right here. What you talking about? See? She done got so blind. She's so consumed in her evilness that she can't even accept the truth. Because that's how hot they can't accept truth. Because they don't have the Spirit of God in them. Truth ain't nowhere in them. He said, what you got in your hand, that's a pig's heart. She gets mad. Now, we don't know the story about the huntsman. He might be long gone. But this is what it gets interesting. These spiritless people got all this information. She kept saying who the Pharisees are. So she runs down to the dungeon. Now, what I want to take notice is to y'all, when she goes down to the dungeon, y'all didn't look at the books that she had on her shelf. She had a book of astrology, a book of black arts, a book of alchemy. She had a book of witchcraft. She had a book of disguises. She had a book of black magic, which shows death. She had a book of sorceries. And she had a book of poison. She had 8 books that she used to do whatever she wanted to do. There are people who don't have the Spirit of God, who are dwelling in this stuff so that they can try to come in and do whatever they can to make your life a living hell. They already going to hell, but they trying to take you with them. Now, out of all these books, see, she pulled the disguises. Now, let me tell y'all this, and I'm going to listen closely to what I'm saying. Some of your light is so bright that the enemy himself got to get up off his butt to come after you. Because his minions couldn't do what he told them to do. So he had to get off his butt That's why sometimes attacks are so hard. They stronger because he done got up off his butt. And I'm saying the disguise can mean anything. The queen pulled a book of disguises. That's why I told y'all in the video about the spiritless people. You got to test the spirit and try the spirit, because these entities come in different forms and disguises to trick you. Many of us have been tricked to do something and take something that was not of God, because the enemy lied to us. You better ask yourself, Lord, what's in me that's not like you? If it ain't of you, take it out of me. This is serious. Now, you would think with all this stuff, I just gave y'all 8 books that she had. Why she couldn't take those 8 books that she got and change herself better? Why she couldn't make herself the fairest in the land? Huh? Why she couldn't take that information and better herself? She was so consumed in envy and jealousy and mad and hatred that she changed herself into the person that she actually was on the inside. You women and you men sitting up here watching it now. And I'm doing this video because I got my curly wig on, because I'm trying to look like, make my hair curly like Snow White. Okay? I'm trying to make myself look like Snow White. Y'all, there's some people out here and y'all have seen these videos. When you look at their before pictures and their after picture, you would think it's 2 different people. They'll show you what they actually look like, and they use this makeup to camouflage themselves into somebody you be like, oh my God, a whole totally different person. You see this stuff going on. So what if somebody then put a spell on you and you can't see they're a demon? You so infatuated by their look, you don't even know they got a mask on. You're watching something on TV and you don't even know if it's real or not. Next, she go to her poison book. She pulls a book of poison out to create an apple. She wanted to tempt Snow White. See, the enemy knows how to tempt. He gonna go after what you need. He gonna go after what you like. So she wanted to tempt. She really didn't know about Snow White, but she wanted to tempt her with something to eat or fruit. And it's mighty funny that they chose an apple for this movie, because we all heard the story of Adam and Eve. And according to history, they told us it was an apple, but I don't know if that was the fruit or not. But anyway, so she the witch chooses an apple. Now, while the witch is creating this, she said, "Oh wait, I got to make sure ain't no antidote." See, whatever kind of spell that somebody put on you, there's always an antidote, and I'm gonna tell y'all what the antidote is. But first, let me tell you what the antidote for the apple was. The poison apple antidote was the victim of the sleeping death. It caused her to go into a deep sleep, a sleeping death. Can be revived only by love's first kiss. Now, when the queen heard this, she was like, "Oh, I ain't got nothing to fear," because when she died, the 7 ain't gonna do nothing but bury her. So she started laughing and cackling and all this and that. So she assumed that the 7 would bury her alive. So y'all want to know what the antidote for all these curses and spells that people put on you? The name of Jesus, the blood, atonement. See, the divine infinite creator already knew there was a war before we was ever even thought of into existence. But the fallen one was so, it just messed up everything. But see, the divine infinite creator had a antidote for all of these curses and spells that were spoken on us. That's why people say, well, you got to be baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. Now, I know many of you may not believe in Jesus Christ, and that's not for you. I'm talking about for the ones who's trying to get over. Because what I've learned is Jesus was preaching, letting us know that it's something beyond this realm. This ain't it. But for the ones who follow after the following one, they think this is it. This ain't it. It's something better on the other side. So he came in the flesh so he can let us, so we can know it's something on the better side. Don't try to seek this worldly gain, because it ain't going to last. But let me tell you about another place. That's the antidote. You ain't got to do nothing. I want my crystals to work. I want my crystals for my energy. And you do your research on that, because somebody may say, oh, well, that's witchcraft. Whatever. Look, we ain't got time. I don't have time to be playing with these demons, these spiritless folks, these people who worship Satan. They not playing. They coming to kill now. It was first to steal and destroy. We on the third phase. They killing folks. You seeing it in the news. One of the sevens warned her. Now the queen is sly, full of witchcraft. So beware of strangers. See, this is what I'm telling y'all about the disguises. Y'all don't know that these demonic beings coming in disguise is tricking you. You thinking you okay? I'm telling you, I just gave y'all the books in the movie, but y'all think, oh, this a kid's movie. This movie deep. When the queen arrives, now she arrived, and the doc just told her beware of strangers. But when the queen arrived, she talking to Snow White, telling her where the men folks at. The men folks like apple pie, because she was making gooseberry. How you know what they like? Every man don't like apple pie. Some men like peach pie, pecan pie, sweet potato pie. But here you go, you got this witch coming in here telling you what these seven like. They already like the gooseberry pie, so why would you want to go cook them apple pie when they like gooseberry? But her childlike spirit, many of us like that, we don't. So when the animals realized what was going on, they started attacking them. Here go Snow White and her innocence. Stop, y'all being mean. The animals like, this the witch, but they can't speak. They was giving signs. They start throwing stuff. Tree fall down and you get mad because you want to late for work. But you running late for work. Now you got to go all the way around and you mad because this tree fell. But then you get home on the news and see that this tree fell on somebody's house and all these people died. Protecting you because the electrical wire was down on the ground, and if you would have drove over it, you would have died. Anyway, the queen sitting up here doing this, so the spirit guys couldn't do nothing. The animal spirit guys, we gotta go get somebody in the flesh. So they go after the seven to try to get the seven to come back, and they didn't know what was going on. They telling the birds and stuff, get away, the deer pulling on. They didn't know what was going on. Finally, one of them said the queen might be attacking Snow White. Somebody thank God for the number 7, because one of them got it right. And when the one told them, because they all listened to each other, they got them and ran. By this time, Snow White then already bit from the apple and fell asleep. Now the 7, when they came, did you think they reasoned with this witch? They was out to kill her. See, the holy archangels don't play with these demons like we do. They're gonna kill them. Which is what we're supposed to do with our mouth. Not to each other, but to kill that being that's inside that demonic being. They went after her to kill her. But she ended up killing her own self because she fell off the cliff. Now, to make a long story short, they go back and they were so in their heart, they just could not bear it. God will change a person's heart. You hear me? Because it was already orchestrated and designed from the beginning that she was covered. She was already covered. God was moving her out of that chaotic situation into greater. So when she in this glass coffin that they made for her, they came and visited her every day. They pulled the glass coffin off of her and put some flowers. That way, here go the prince come. Now, the prince kisses her, and she wakes up out of her sleepy death, because we said the antidote was first love, true kiss. First love's kiss. So when she wakes up, everybody's happy. The spirit guide, the 7, So she tells them bye. And this is what I'm using for my screenshot. Okay? When the prince comes, Snow White is on the horse. And they're walking off. And he's leading her to the castle in the sky. You hear what I said at the end of that movie? Her castle was so great, it wasn't even made on it. Her castle was in the sky. Sorry. God always got something better for you. These folks on your job, these folks in your family, these folks, your friends, you think they make it seem like they got something better. God gonna put you in a position where you get better and greater than them because of your faithfulness to him. Hold your head up, my sisters. Hold your head up, my brothers. Be encouraged. Get you a song in your heart. We are in very, very, very serious times right now. I'm saying it's serious. I said we're on the 3 phases. These beings coming to kill. And it's coming first after the ones who made an oath with it. You know who the ones are who sold out so that they can have riches and fame and be on these high levels. He coming from them first. I'm saying him, this being. They come in all form of disguises. Sit back and question. I'm attack on my end. I keep saying y'all may, everybody, I understand we all going through, but we gonna make, God is coming for us. Hold on a little while. Hold on. Help is on the way. Hold on. Help is on the way. Don't be discouraged. Get you a song in your heart. Focus on positive things. I don't care who sits up here and talks about my video. I do care, but I'm getting to the point where I'm saying I don't care no more. Because if it's doing something to put me in a higher place, to get my frequency higher, where I can show more love, more gratitude, I can be a better human to help somebody else, then I'm going to continue to do this. Whether they think it's silly, whether they think it's crazy, whether they think it's funny, whether they think I'm a little girl. I done had that. Is she a little girl? I'm 48 years old. I do what makes me happy. I'm seeing videos, women out here skating, line dancing. I'm trying to learn it to me, a line dancing. Many of you know it. Even to my sisters of another mother. I'm trying to learn the little cowgirl steps. I'm listening to country music now. Because I may end up getting with some people who listen to different music than I do. To my sisters of all different cultures, get to learn. We got to start talking to each other, sharing recipes and stuff. We grateful for the past because the past has brought us here, but we got to come together now. It's not against each other. It's not a gender race. It's not a racial race. This is an evil versus good race. It's a war now. You're going to have to be on either side. You either for good or you for evil. That's it. Now, fix my weed back. Whew. Listen. People gonna hate you. Got a castle. She lost everything. Y'all, these people so evil. They want what you got and so got so much hate in them that they'll lose everything they got. You ain't got nothing, but they will sacrifice it all. They don't want you to have nothing. They attack. They getting their spell books, putting all these kind of spells and stuff out here. And you sitting up here, well, wait a minute. Why is they attacking me? You got 1 million subscribers. 1 million subscribers. But creativity comes from the Most High. But you will sit around here. There are folks who will sit around here and you sitting up here, well, why I ain't got this many subscribers? Because these folks up here doing shadow work behind the scene. Because they want all the followers. And I said, you can have all the followers. I'm out the spiritual things. I'm not in here. I do this for me. I ain't trying to get no following. I want you to follow after Christ. I'm a fall. I'm going to tell you that I might fall. I'm human. I make mistakes. Don't follow me. Don't elevate me. Elevate and follow Jesus. He don't make no mistake. We trying to get, it seems like now we up here trying to, we like dogs and going up here and buying these dogs and stuff, and now it seems like it's an attack in the dog community. Why? Why is there an attack on your job? Why? People in certain positions looking down low on you, but how is it that you in a position, you went to school for 2, 4, 10 years, you in a higher position and you look down on me, but I'm going to do what you ain't going to do. You in a position where you sitting up here saying that you don't want to clean up no boo-boo and no vomit. So God done put people in the situations to clean boo-boo and vomit, and you mad. And want to look low on somebody who doing that because you make more money and you feel like they beneath you, but your butt won't do it. Hold y'all head up. They look low on y'all. The ones who in a certain income bracket. Get rude when you go to a fast food restaurant talking to these people. If you don't like the service, go home and cook. Oh, you can't cook. That's why you eat out every day. But you want to get mad at a 16 to 17, 18-year-old working this job for their first time. You want to get mad at them because they got your order wrong. This is a child. Most adults can't work them jobs making minimum wage like that when they got responsibilities. How you going to look down on somebody? Many of us, and I'm saying many, if you don't want a many of us are a paycheck away from being unemployment and being out on the streets. But we want to look down on somebody who owns the streets. You cook. Thank God for Temu. I heard some information about Shein. I ain't going to get into that. Amazon. Go ahead and order your stuff. Make your plates. If you want to do right, go down to your, I think it's your county department, and take that test and get your food certification license and make you some plates. If you want to go to the next extreme, if your kitchen is clean and your kitchen had them to come by and see if you can sit up here and do that. If your kitchen is designed to be in a place where you can make and prepare meals. Start from the bottom first and then work your way up. Maybe then after you start selling a couple of plates or whatever, you can get you a little building. Get your business license. Start off small. Look at Chick-fil-A. I used to work there, so I'm using it. Chick-fil-A just sell a chicken sandwich, fries, and a drink. That's their combo meal. They stick with chicken. They don't sell no fish. They don't sell no hamburger meat. They keep their menu limited so that they can get. That's why they so good with fast service. I'm saying this, guys, because I worked there. My mom worked there for years. She retired from Chick-fil-A. Keep your menu simple. If you want to do, you can cook collard greens. I cooked my first batch. My mama, she joked. I wasn't a cooking daughter. I was the daughter that handled the business. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Now, I've shared this information. Y'all, I be giving y'all this information. I be like, Lord, Jamaica, you're supposed to be ahead of where you at. And I do, but I was putting humanity first. I was trying to help humanity, and I got to help myself. Because I said, Lord, I ain't in no situation to help your people. I got to get in a situation so I can help them. So I can get the connection. I'm going over my time. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be encouraged. This is adult dog therapy content. I pray that something was said in this video that will encourage you to continue to stay on the path. When the attacks come, you're on the right track. I said that in my prior video. Y'all go back and watch it. Share this video or whatever. If you don't want to share, hold your head up. Stay encouraged. You were hated from the time you came into the world on your birth certificate. That was a calling on your life. and an attack was made because of your life. For the ones who fell away, come on back. We all know we all got somebody in our family. I could have went down that way, but I don't judge nobody because I know I was in that situation. I could have went that way, but I had to stop. I had a good support system. Let this be your last one. You can make it. I made it. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, okay, I'm hearing that women out here got, listen, I don't care how many children you got, you can still get a husband. You can still find love. You're 40, 50, ain't been married, had no kids. These women out here 50 years old, 60, having babies. That's if you want it. Get you a dollhouse. We're going to start next. We're going to get us a doll. They got all kind of crap. I'm watching Junk Journal. Dioramas. You want a mansion? Get you a dollhouse and let's see if you ready for a mansion yet. You might not be ready for no mansion. You might just need a nice home. You might just want to start out with a tiny home. Condominium. A flat. You might think you want a mansion, but you might be better in one of them type of things. Because if you ain't got no crafting skills, if you ain't got no handy skills, because in the house, you got to take care of that. Can't call the landlord. So you might want to rethink some things. Just because you see them down there with a house in a big mansion, because I ain't nobody helping me and my husband now. Kids grown. This big old house. I can't call nobody. I can't afford no maids to come here and clean up. I got to clean up. Anyway. Snow White had a calling on her life, and so do you. Call on your spiritual guides. Call on the holy archangels. Call on the name of Jesus to send you help and put you on the right track. Ask for a sign. Look up on the billboard. This is it. Exit 9. I'm going in front of the camera. Put my camera over here. Anyway, y'all guys, y'all be safe. Focus on the positive and not all these doggone distractions. Focus on the positive. Okay? Be blessed, be encouraged, and y'all have a wonderful day. All right. Bye-bye.